Okay guys, we're gonna get back home. This walk did not turn out right. Anyways, I was trying to get my little walk in. So today we spent basically all day trying to get my daughter a new car. Now you guys already know that my daughter, she just had our grandchild, me and Marcello. She just had our grandchild a month ago. She just turned 1 month old yesterday. But anyways, how she went into labor is she got into an accident basically with a truck. And that sent her into premature labor. So we just spent all day. The car, needless to say, was totaled. So we spent all day looking for a car. Y'all, cars are sky high. Like, everything is sky high right now. Then, not to mention, did y'all hear about the baby formula shortage? Like, girl, that time that y'all went with me to go buy baby formula, like, we barely found the baby formula that time. But now this time we went out to find some, and they put a limit. You can only buy like 5 at Walmart. You can only buy like 5 containers. And so now I guess we're gonna have to just, anytime we catch it sporadically, we're just gonna have to pick up milk. So needless to say, this is a hard time in life. Like, things right now are kind of uncertain. So whew, and you know, if you got anxiety like I do, when you get into them uncertain times, that's when you want to worry, that's when you want to stress. But you know what, that's gonna lead to nowhere but, you know, headaches and stress. And you know, so besides that, I'm still trying to get the little living room together. My dad is ready to remodel that. That will be the last part of the house. This seems like an endless to-do task because I have for months been trying to go through all this stuff. But it's like, okay, so this is the thing. For me, I don't have a lot of time. Like, I got spare pockets of time in between my YouTube career, my career at that freaking theme park, like, for real. Look at you. And on top of that, you know, all the side jobs and side hustling I'm trying to do. You know, because I got to get my baby home, like, for real. But so basically I'm gonna have to stay up all night tonight finishing, because my dad is really ready to start the living room area, and I gotta get my stuff up out of there. Like, for real. You know, it's hard to do big tasks when you lack the time to do it. That reminds me of one of the favorite clubs that I'm in now, Miss Alicia Renice. Yes, and her whole thing is basically about hustle culture is a lie, and it's a whole lot. Like, if you check her out, I'm sure you'll enjoy her content. She is actually helping me. Like, a lot of times we as women, and especially us as prison wives, we keep a lot in. We keep a lot to ourselves. Isaiah, I am recording. You just took my... Anyways, he's distracting me as I'm trying to record this video. But it's a lot. But we as prison wives, and we as women, period, we tend to bottle a lot of things inside of us. I know for me, to get through this prison wife journey, I had to compartmentalize and just bury a lot of things. Sorry, y'all, my nephew keeps interrupting me. But to get through a lot of this prison wife journey, you have to compartmentalize, which means a lot of the emotions that you feel on this journey, you just cannot allow yourself to feel it, because it becomes too much. You'll become overwhelmed and you will shut down. I have shut down so many times. When you think about, like, for instance, when I think about my husband's full... Look, that was a raindrop. Are you kidding me? When I think about my husband's full 40-year sentence, that is completely overwhelming to me. Can you imagine waiting for someone for 40 years? Not to mention they're not guilty, they're wrongfully convicted. Can you imagine how that would feel? Can you imagine looking around? You have girlfriends, you have sisters and stuff like that. And even for me, now my own daughter has surpassed me in life. She's got her own family. She finished school, just purchased her car today and everything like that. And she's moving on. And I feel like I'm still stuck and on hold and on ice waiting for, this 40 years to pass. But for me to get through it, I cannot focus on that 40-year sentence. I focus on the fact that no, something is going to break in his case. I'm going to reach somebody through Project Reach the World. I'm going to reach the right person that has that voice, because I don't have that voice. Thank you guys for helping my channel grow to the point that it has so far. But right now, I don't have a voice to make a change. I have a voice, but it's not being heard. But the hope that I will reach that person that will, have that voice that people will hear, that's what keeps me holding on. So I can never look at that full 40 years. When I do that, baby, I'm going into the deepest, darkest hole of depression. And that's what I mean. I have to compartmentalize that stuff. And then also, like, as far as for like, I can't visit. That's another thing that's going on. I haven't seen my husband in almost a year and something. And prior to that year and something was our, 2020 shutdown. Like, I hadn't seen him throughout that. And then prior to that, it was a bogus instance that happened in the prison. And he was sent to maximum security. When he was on maximum security, there was a whole year and something that I couldn't see him. So really, for the since 2017, when he left our vicinity, this area that he was in close to home, I really haven't been seeing him. And it's hard, like, seeing everybody, with their families. You get on Facebook, you see their prison visitation pictures, and to know that visitation is finally opening all the way back up and going back to how it was pre-2020 shutdown. Like, girl, if I just keep looking at all of that, that will make me want to crawl into the deepest, darkest hole and just expire, because it puts you in the mindset of, why don't I have that family? Why can't I have that family? But why was that family taken from me? Why was those possibilities taken from me? And it leads you to think, okay, so since they were taken from me, I must not deserve them. Like, I don't deserve to be happy. One thought leads to the next thought, and then you're down this deep, dark hole. So the way that I have gotten through it is to compartmentalize. But the thing is, and then also you start thinking that you're alone, because you start thinking that you're the only one. You're looking around, you don't see others in these bogus situations like you are. You don't see them dealing with the same situations that you are. So it just makes you think, like, why me, almost. So she has this safe place, Alicia Renese. It is geared towards Black women, but she has this safe place for Black women to talk about all the depression we've went through, the anxiety, the feelings, the almost like always having to carry everything on your back, like you have a mountain of things to do. Now that's something that me and Marcello, get into it about. It's like, I have so much to do. I never stop moving. I move from the time I wake up in the morning all the way till I lay my behind down at night. I don't sleep 8 hours. I can't tell you the last time I have slept 8 hours or, a full night's rest. I go. I don't stop. I have no breaks. And the thing is that even with all that going, I still have so much stuff I have not done. So my thing is, I told him, like, I was telling him yesterday, I reached out to the lawyer. I forwarded him some information that he had gathered, and I had been supposed to reach out to the lawyer and talk to the lawyer, but it's always time gets away from me. Oh, I meant to do it, I'll do it tomorrow, and everything gets put off till tomorrow. Tomorrow turns into weeks later. Weeks later turns into months later. And then here you go, you haven't got anything done. So I told him, I'm like, okay, Marcello, so I finally reached out to the lawyer. And when I told him, instead of him being like, oh, I'm so happy, you reached out to the lawyer, he tells me, oh, okay, so did you ever get the book copyrighted? And I'm like, what? Did I get the book copyrighted? Listen, can we celebrate the fact that I finally got in touch with the lawyer? Like, we're skipping over what I got done and did do and jump into what I didn't do. It's like you're bringing to my attention the things, you didn't do this, and this, but I did do this, and this. Like, we're focusing on the wrong thing. And I just have to realize, and I kind of told myself that yesterday. And I know he doesn't mean it out of any bad, place, because Marcello is not that type of person. But I think sometimes he doesn't know that what he's saying, you know how someone could say something that kind of irritates you, but you don't know that it's what you're saying is irritating the person. You really mean it in one way, but the other person is receiving it different. Like, that's how I received it. I received it like, man, you didn't do this. One more thing I didn't do. Like, and I do everything. I do every freaking thing. I was the single mother. I was I take care of my sister. I take care of my disabled sister. I'm disabled myself. It's hard as heck to work while you're disabled. I struggle to get through my work week. And besides that, I'm trying to build an art career. I'm trying to build something outside of having to work, because that working ship is sinking. And if I don't get off of it, I'm going down with it. Like, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do that, how we going to ultimately get you free. And you telling me about something else I did not do? Like, girl. But what I came to the fact of, every situation, though he's my husband, and I feel like he should understand a little bit more, which he does understand a lot more than my immediate family do. But even he cannot understand everything about me and what bothers me and this and that. So I had to tell myself, you know what? I'm proud of me. I got in touch with the lawyer. I finally did this and this. So I'm happy. I'm proud. I got something today done. You know what I mean? Because for me, I would beat myself up. Keto, whole day has went by and you ain't did this. You ain't did that. Like right now, it's things swirling over my head. Oh my God, I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to finish this. I got to finish that. How am I going to do it? I don't have enough time. I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy as heck. I don't have energy. Like, I don't want to live in that mode. So if I did get 2 of my to-do list things done, then let me be proud and happy of that. The old Keto wouldn't be proud, because I would have been like, oh, well, I could have did this. I could have did that. I used to pride myself so much on getting a whole bunch of stuff done in one freaking day. Like, that literally was like a badge of honor. Let me tell you, a day in my life when I was in my 20s with my daughter, and my husband just went up the road, just was sentenced to 40 freaking some years. Like, are you kidding me? Like, your girl I used to work 2 jobs. When my husband left, he was basically paying for the daycare, so I couldn't afford daycare. So I flipped and started working overnight full time. I would get off of work. I worked from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. in the morning. When I would get off at 7 a.m., I had a brand new baby sitting there ready to, I used to creep in the door and try to get in before she wake up. Girl, that door closed. She said, "Wah." When you heard that wah, you knew it was over with. I would sleep maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours when I first got home. And then I would make like this pallet on the floor. Me and my baby, we would sleep on the floor. And whenever she woke up, she would kind of just crawl around me and wake me up. Then I would get another nap around noonish when she finally takes like a little cat nap. Like babies take the cat naps. Any little thing will wake them up. So when she took that little cat nap, and by the time she got up, I would have to be up until the evening time. And my mother would come home around 4 p.m. So around 4 p.m. I would get in my car because I was in cosmetology school. And I would try to rush to school so that I can get there early so I can catch a 30-minute to hour nap in the parking lot. When I got out of hair school all evening, I think it was like 4 or 5 hours for the class. Once I got out of hair school, I would have like 1 hour. I would rush from hair school to my Walmart that I worked at overnight. I would rush there and basically sleep in the parking lot. Then with my 15-minute, I had two 15-minute breaks and I had 1 hour lunch. 15 minutes, that first 15 minutes, I would rush, give me something to eat so that when my hour lunch came, I could take another hour nap. Then that way, when that second 15 minutes came for my second break, I could take another 15-minute cat nap. Girl, it used to get so bad when I would it's something about the 3 o'clock a.m. hour. Girl, I would get so tired. I remember one day I was just walking in circles. I was the door greeter. And that made you even more tired because you didn't do anything. You just stood there. But low-key, that was where I wrote a lot of my songs. That's where my rap career started, was being bored at that door. But, yeah, so I would walk in circles. I would be sleepwalking. And one day, I guess I must have walked off and veered off my path, and boom, I hit the ice machine. Girl, do you know the manager seen it on the little security cam? And he's like, he got on the loudspeaker and he's like, Keita, you gotta wake up. He said some type of code, door greeter, alert, blah, blah, blah. Like basically, wake your behind up. Like, girl, I was going to bed. But it was crazy. And then I would get off of work at 7 a.m. and rush home to do it again. Baby, but I was in school. I was taking care of my child. I was working full time and everything else. Plus, I was doing hair on the side and stuff. And I used to feel so proud of myself because I was getting all that stuff done. But see, the reason I lived in that, and this is what Alicia Renese talks about a lot as well, is hustle culture. I lived that way because I thought that one day it wouldn't have to be like this. One day I wouldn't have to struggle. If I work hard now while I'm young, when I get older, I won't have to work like that. I wouldn't have to work check to check like that. Like, I would be able to afford the legal services I need to put my family back together. Like, but the bogus part was all that hard work never got me nowhere. It just got me tired and worn out and injured. Back injuries, neck injuries, carpal tunnel, sciatica, TMJ in my jaw. Like, it just messed me up. Like, and what am I having to show for it? So I'm to the point in my life where, like, screw work. I don't even want to work. Like, I don't want to work. Like, but they say you have to work to live, but I don't know. I'm just over it. Like, I want to be an artist. How much more time I got left to be an artist with full-fledged carpal tunnel, But anyways, y'all, I'm just rambling on. I done got back to the house. I'm going to go inside, try to finish cleaning this little living room. My nephew up here bugging me to take him to Walmart. Like, girl, why you got to go to Walmart every single day? Like, keep some of your money in your pocket. You ain't got to give it all to Walmart. But anyways, it's your girl Cadillac.